Just,
okay, so hit COM 2.
Person County Airport.
And the frequency is 12672.
04 Zulu, weather, wind 010 at 7, visibility 10, clear below 12,000, temperature 1 Celsius, dew point -8, altimeter 3050.
First County traffic diamond 413 Bravo Lima, 5 mile final runway 6 on the ILS. Person, we're looking out for the other traffic.
Person County Airport. Automated weather observation 1905 Zulu, weather, wind 010 at 7, visibility 10, clear below 12,000, temperature 1 Celsius, dew point -8, altimeter 3050. Person County Airport. Automated weather observation 1905 Zulu, weather.
Okay, and when you're done, just cut it back off.
COM 1 is the...
COM 1 is this one, and that's the one we talk in the air on.
Okay.
This one I use for anything on the ground. So if we go to Greensboro or Raleigh, ground control is down here, ATIS is down there.
Okay. Let's see. There. 6, 5.
Hey Michael, where are y'all?
First County traffic, 113 November Golf, on the 45 entry for 6. Y'all should be able to get in front of us.
Cool, thanks. We're 2 mile final runway 6, 413 Bravo Lima person.
It's
Go
okay.
landing or going missed?
Close
Going
enough.
missed, Alex.
What's
then
that?
Going to do a circle.
Close
approach
enough.
right the other way.
Gotcha.
You want to check your brakes?
Okay, so where you want to look when you're coming into land, as you start, runway widens out, as you start your flare, you want to look at least as far as this next yellow stripe, and no further than about where the next row of stripes would be.
Okay.
If you're looking as far as the far end of the asphalt, you're likely to not realize that you're getting close enough.
Okay.
So if you don't want it to look blurry, and you want to let your eyes move with the airplane. All right?
I'm looking too far, I think.
Yeah, if you look too far, you won't flare enough. It'll just land flat.
Okay.
If you look too close and it's slightly blurry, there's a point where your brain's likely to flare high.
Okay. All right, so we should do the run-up check now?
No.
No.
At the end of the runway.
Right, but that's what I wasn't
Yes.
saying not right here, but move to go to...
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
If you finished up the before taxi, then we have a before taxi, or I think it's what it says.
Yeah, radios, DG, flaps, brakes.
First County traffic 113
So
November Golf.
now, the rest of it, we tend to go to the end of the runway.
Bravo Lima is going missed.
Hold
runway
short.
6, other guy tight. Person.
Someone's coming in.
So you're good. Now, it's nice to know about other planes in the area, but don't get so caught up in them that they cause you to be overly cautious. You know, if they're on, on base leg, I usually wait on them. If they are anywhere else, I usually don't.
Okay.
However, if they're doing instrument approaches, then, depending on how far out they are, depends. Because a lot of times instruments are not going to actually land. They're going to...
Best approach.
You use whatever gas you need. They are usually going miss, no guarantees, but they also are usually coming faster than they are if they're in the pattern.
Person County 113 November Golf is left base for runway 6. Person. Person County, 113 November Golf is final for runway 6. Person.
Getting a little push here.
It's slightly, you're talking about on the rudders or?
No, I'm getting pushed because
Person County traffic, you got a
Well, it's
Skyhawk.
also
8
downhill.
miles
Yeah.
to the east. We'll be overflying the field 2,600 for a left downwind entry for runway 6, Person County.
wow, just because I got out here, everybody and their brother's coming to join the party.
Yeah, they must like you.
We heard Tom doesn't like to fly in the pattern with somebody, so let's just make it a little bit hard for him. I think this
Yeah,
was
if you get, you know, hand on the throttle, because if you get to going too fast, or conceivably you might even need to speed up the deal, depending.
that's the one that was overflying the field.
Well, it looks like one of them, either he's going out to do a GPS approach or he's out of here.
Check the brakes one more time.
You got the controls.
All right, cool.
Now, I think before you did the run-up, it had on there mixture.
Yeah,
That's why you got to be really careful if you're going to lean it on taxiing.
okay. I was gonna do it as my.
Okay, well that's fine. Long as it gets done.
Okay, cool. All right, so that plane
Make announcements.
do you see him anywhere?
No, but make an
Okay.
announcement.
Preston County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is entering runway 6. Preston County traffic.
And 2 Papa Alpha's taking off on 6 person. All right, go ahead.
Preston County traffic, you got a Skyhawk right teardrop entry to
Use your
runway
throttle.
6.
Wait a minute.
Preston County.
You can't just set it and leave. It's not cruise control. You need more, you need less, but you need to be ready to use it.
Okay. So I just say takeoff, I don't say entering.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, treat it like Raleigh.
Okay.
I hear people say all kinds of different things, and most people figure out what they're talking about. But taking off is what you're really doing.
908 with
Flaps up.
left downwind runway 6, Preston County, and we've
All right.
got the traffic there.
We're ready. Take off.
And we got a little bit of crosswind, which is probably why you feel like you're skating. And then use your feet to point the nose where you want it to go.
Base, runway 6, Preston County.
And if you can't see over the nose, then kind of lean out and look around. Doing good. Nose up on the horizon's good. Work your feet with your hands. I think what we'll do is climb on up to about 25 and we'll head out to the north for a few minutes.
Okay.
I want to work a little bit more on crosswind technique.
Okay.
And then we'll come back in and do some landings.
Okay.
Preston County traffic, Skyhawk 908 Whiskey final for runway 6. This will be a touch and go, Preston County.
And look around. If you don't see anybody, we can make our first turn.
Preston County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning left for
Crosswind.
crosswind heading, Preston County. I wasn't sure just what to say since
that's all right.
we're actually going away. We're not really in the pattern, right?
Preston County traffic, Diamond 413 Bravo Lima. We're about 10 miles to the northeast, 3,000 feet on the RNAV. We're going to be doing circle land runway 6 first.
And you can do things like say we're departing the pattern to the north.
Touch and go. Stay in the pattern, runway 6, Preston County.
Preston County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is departing north out of the pattern, Preston County.
Good.
4740
Said 25?
Yeah, 25 will work.
Preston County 113 November Golf, departing runway 6, stay in the pattern. Preston.
I expected to see more snow. Yes, too much sun.
Yeah, I think it's melted fairly rapidly because it was more snow this morning than I see now. So
Yeah.
wasn't all that deep.
No, 2 inches.
And but the sun will certainly take it out of here, even at near freezing. All right,
We're at 25.
go ahead and level out, and we'll just get away from the airport a little ways before we do anything. So just get it normal cruise trim.
Person County traffic, Skyhawk 908 Whiskey's left crosswind, runway 6, Person County.
Okay, you got it trimmed where it'll fly itself?
Not yet. I'm working on it. I'm getting a little bit tired. I figured 23 would do it.
23 is a good number, but it doesn't mean it's trimmed for 23. Remember, trim is an airspeed, not a power setting. And so you want to put the plane where it needs to be level, okay? That's your starting point. So the starting point is level is about right there.
Okay.
Person County traffic.
And now you let it fly there for a minute or so, and then you trim. If you let go, does it pitch up or down? If it stays pretty well put, then on a day like today, it's going to bounce around a little bit because of the turbulence.
Right.
So what I want you to do for just a few minutes is to just let go of the yoke and use your feet to keep it going straight. So if it tries to drop a wing, use your feet to bring the wing back up. However hard you got to push. Now, the other thing is I'd let go of the throttle because holding it, you're likely to move it in and out.
Let go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if the jam nut's too loose, it may vibrate out on its own. That's not good. But just sit and hold it all the time, it just works you, and you need that right hand for other things from time to time. And then again, don't let it turn. Use that right foot however much you need, or left foot as the case might be, depending on what the wind does to your wings. And this is what you got to do landing. You've got to be able to keep the nose pointed straight ahead, regardless of how much you have to pull, push, turn, twist, whatever that answer is. You can't let the plane go sideways. Okay?
Okay.
And this is real important. Because if you're coming into land and the nose is twitching back and forth, sooner or later you're going to touch down, not pointed straight. It's going to touch down, the tire's going to hook up and slingshot you.
Runway 6, Person County.
So I just
you're doing okay.
I'm using that.
Yeah, that's fine. That feel
clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And remember, it's not across the center of the nose. It's straight in front of you.
Okay. Dang. Turbulence, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
And we continue to climb.
That's all right. I got it. You just work your feet.
Okay.
First County traffic, 7413 Bravo Lima, breaking off approach 21, joining downwind to runway 6, Person.
Person County traffic, Skyhawk 908 Whiskey, short final, 6, Person County.
A little bit, because it's trimmed to a speed, a little power reduction, and it comes down.
Okay.
And it'll chase speed a little bit. That's okay.
Runway 6, Person County. Person County traffic, 113, November Golf is final for runway 6. Person.
I'm having to look at a bunch of...
That's fine. Just, you
There's
get
a
over
lot-
top of one,
yeah,
you got another one.
There's kind of a line of them there.
Okay. Next thing I want you to do is take the yoke again, one hand, and I want to put the left wing down just about, put the tip of the wing on the horizon. No steeper than that. Now keep it going straight with that wing down, just about right there. Beautiful. Now hold a little bit of right foot. You can't let all the way off the right foot or it's going to turn. So that wing is trying to turn you, and what we're doing is correcting for a crosswind. To control the landing in the crosswind,
traffic, Seneca,
you basically
0 Juliet Papa.
hold the wing down to compensate for wind and point the nose with your feet. And if, you know, initially there are times you have to let off in a major way, there are times you just ease off a little bit. It's all in what you're developing a sense of doing it without thinking about it. But the initial is to react as opposed to correct.
Traffic, 908 Whiskey, downwind runway 6, perfect.
All right, let's turn the plane around and head back the opposite direction. You can use aileron, just standard turn to do that.
Okay. Base, runway 6, Preston County traffic. Preston County traffic, 413 Bravo Lima on final runway 6. 413 Bravo Lima, Preston County.
So heading about 120, I think will work out pretty good.
Preston County traffic, 113, November Golf is clear the runway, taxi back to runway 6. Preston.
And we want to do that same wing down, same left wing.
Okay.
Just a little bit. And then work the feet to go straight.
Preston County traffic, IOC 908 Whiskey, turning left base, runway 6, Preston County.
Okay, doing great. Now, just so you don't get all one-sided, let's put the right wing down a little bit.
Okay.
So I'll take a tiny bit of left foot to keep it from turning. Doing good. Just keep it, whatever you picked out in front of you, just keep it pointed in that direction.
Okay. There's those white buildings over there.
And this, of course, would be a crosswind from the right side of the airplane.
IOC 908 Whiskey is on the final, runway 6, Preston County.
413 Bravo Lima, clear runway 6, Preston County.
Now, in the landing, when we do it, you get a gust of wind that either picks you up or drops you, either one. You're going to have to make a pretty quick, but not a huge movement. If it picks you up to the point that you're uncomfortable, add some power.
And do go around.
And or go around. And of course, the big thing with it was we never, once you get over the runway, once you get the flare going and you've lost most of your speed, you never pitch the nose down. The most you do is level. All right, let's do the left wing again.
Okay.
Give your legs equal opportunity to get tired. Now, more often than not, the wind's going to be on the left side of the airplane, but again, not always.
That's just because of the prevailing wind?
That the Coriolis effect.
Okay.
County traffic, 113 November Golf, departing runway 6.
7005. Cruise order traffic, gates unlocked.
Wayne executive traffic, Seneca 810 Juliet Papa, left downwind 05, touch and go Wayne executive.
All right. So go back to normal flying.
Okay.
And we'll turn in towards the airport. It's back off my side.
Okay.
Mercer County traffic, Skyhawk 908 Whiskey's downwind, left downwind runway 6. We'll be departing the traffic patterns to the south, Mercer County.
And Person County Cessna 172 Papa Alpha is about 4 miles to the north, inbound for landing downwind 6 person. So head towards the airport. It's that long strip right out there. And as you're approaching, we gradually come on down. Now, I would suggest you angle a little more to the left because you want some time on the downwind to get set up.
County traffic, 413 Bravo Lima, taking off runway 6. Mercer County traffic.
You know, that as you gain a lot of experience, you can come in from almost anywhere and make it work. But
County traffic,
in the beginning, you're trying to create a baseline from which to make decisions.
Southeast.
Later.
So still coming down. Got another 500 feet to lose.
King Air 32 Papa, King Air 75 November. What's your position currently?
32 Papa is currently overhead, Massa Nut, 10,000 feet.
Mercer County traffic, Skyhawk 908 Whiskey, departing the pattern to the south, Mercer County.
And person 2, Papa Alpha, is turning midfield downwind for 6 person. All right, go ahead and swing her around to your parallel, 1600. Work hard to be on altitude. If you're low or you see you're coming down this fast, you're going to end up way low. I have the controls. Okay, about the distance you got right now, you have the controls.
All right, my controls.
And then beam your touchdown point, you want to start setting up. So carb heat, then power, then flaps. And the flaps will be the first notch, about 1700 RPM. Nose up to slow down, and 1 notch of flaps. Now the first notch you can put in up to 110, so we're good on that. Then when you get down about 80, 85, looking at the runway, we ought to be fairly good position to make our base leg.
Runway 6.
So go ahead and make your turn.
Traffic.
And person 2 Papa Alpha is turning base 6 person. And you're looking to stay steady on your pitch. If your pitch is up and down, it impacts what you're seeing, and that makes it pretty hard to make your judgments. If you can keep the pitch and air speeds pretty steady, then the sink rate stays steady. Now here we got to be coming down. See, we're not coming down at all. So we're going to get another notch of flaps. That's going to give you a little drag, and that should help slow the plane down. You want to stay as relaxed as you can on that left hand. The tighter you grip, the less you can feel the plane. And being able to feel the plane give you feedback is important. Looking good. Down to about 70, that's a good number coming around. Altitude's fine. I prefer slightly high than low. So we're looking pretty good. Lining up on the runway. Now remember, the wind's going to blow you to my side, okay? So you may have to initially angle into the wind to track the center line. Whatever it takes, just don't let the plane fly you. You got to be in control. It's just like dealing with your kids. You know, if you don't hold their hand in a candy store, there's no telling what's going to happen.
First County traffic down 413.
Okay, if you see everything rising, then you've got to fix it.
Back in on the ILS person.
So that's a very subtle pitch change and maybe a subtle power change. You know, they go together. If you pitch up much, you're going to get too slow. Plane's still going to come out of the air. So it may take more power. We also need to land past the numbers. Looking good. More flaps. Power all the way out. You're doing 70 at about 700 feet. Left wing down slightly, tiny bit of right foot, and work those controls. 3 stripes, keep working, don't quit, don't quit, don't quit. Wait, just wait on it. There you go.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. And that was you, I wasn't touching it. All right, carb heat cold. Just remember, if the plane is still in flying, don't quit moving the controls as needed. People freeze on them. Sometimes they freeze too long, and gravity out accelerates what you're doing.
Right.
So your objective is to keep gravity under control.
Right downwind, adjust for the southeast started.
I think it's time to turn.
Yep.
Person County traffic, Cessna 172 Papa Alpha is turning left crosswind, Person County.
Good, doing great. Remember that right foot as you roll right. And once you get back up to cruise speed, then power management as you see fit. And about now is a good time to turn downwind.
Yeah. Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning downwind for runway 6, Person County.
Watch the altitude. Good.
Okay, beam touchdown, carb heat, 1600.
Keep your nose up. Remember, the power comes out, the nose is going to drop because it's trapped to a speed, not to a power. Good.
And we're at 87, so definitely.
Good, doing fine. Now you want the nose to come down just a little bit because you want to start to lose altitude. Instead of trading more speed, you want to keep the speed constant by creating the hill.
Okay.
And rule of thumb is about 500 feet a minute. Again, it's not a target as such, it's just what it works out to more often than not. Might be a little more, might be a little less, but shouldn't be way off that number.
Person County traffic, 172 Papa Alpha is turning base for runway 6, Person County.
Those coming up too high. See, when that happens, the result ends to being that we lose speed, but we don't lose altitude. And go ahead and make your turn in.
Person County traffic, 172 Papa Alpha is turning final for runway 6, Person County. Overshot.
That's all right, but watch it pitch. Think about pitch. With the power you got, you can't go uphill. Okay, looking good. About 70, that's a good speed, 500-600 feet a minute. Looking at the airport, if you start to see more and more red lights, means you're coming in too low. If you see the end of the runway rising, you see trees touching the end of the runway, any of those things are telling you you're low. As you're doing this, you should feel like the end of the runway is just coming towards you. If you feel like it's rising and coming towards you, then you're too low. Just keep working it.
More flaps?
Yep, you go to full flaps. And of course that balloons you, but it also creates drag. So you got to be thinking about the outcome of all this, and you cannot afford to get slow out here. So 70 is still a pretty good number. Looking good. You're angled into the wind slightly, but pitch control. Bring it on down. You're getting too slow. Getting too slow. There you go. And you're looking better. Okay, work your hands and feet. All the way out. Now 2 to 3 stripes. Let it settle in. Keep working it. Right foot, right foot. Good. So your brain's tracking down the center line, but the nose isn't following your brain.
Funny thing about that. Not behaving.
Right foot, just a touch. Good. And if you need to, once you're in the air, then you angle slightly,
right,
rather than drop a wing. And that way, if you drop the wing with opposite foot, that creates drag, which is counterintuitive to climbing. And Person County 2 Papa Alpha is taking off on 6, and we'll be staying in the pattern. Person.
Traffic, you got Diamond 413 Bravo Lima, 5 on final runway 6, ILS person.
Person County 113 November Golf, about 6 miles to the east, maneuvering 3000.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning left crosswind for runway 6, Person County.
Good.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning downwind for runway 6, Person County. Back to that 1700 crap. Can't seem to get that figured out.
Person County traffic traffic, Diamond 413, Bravo Lima, 2 mile final, runway 6. We're going to be doing the published mist, and we got downwind traffic in sight first.
Oh,
Sorry? What were you saying?
I changed my mind about saying something.
Why not say it? What was I doing wrong?
Just backing off too much power. But you were probably thinking, okay, I'm going to back off a little bit so I come out of 17 back to 16.
Also, I wanted to get below 110. So I can do the first notch of flaps.
There you go. Those flaps come in, it tries to pitch up, which is the reason you counterbalance with power. You pull the power out and the plane starts to slow down, then the flaps and pitch kind of counterbalance each other.
First County traffic down 413, Bravo Lima doing the published mist, runway 6, First County.
And person 2, Papa Alpha, turning base leg 6, person.
A little bit tight.
Hey, you're fine. This is about where I normally would fly it. But if you're not careful, you may end up high, so you got to keep working at it. However, you're doing 500 down, that's not bad. But if you realize you're high, if you feel like, well, hey, I'm really looking down at this, back your power out. Put in flaps sooner.
Person County traffic, 172 Papa Alpha is turning final for runway 6, Person County.
I'm going to add you a little bit of flaps in. We are kind of high now. Not bad, just a little bit, but. All right, so we're going kind of fast and a tiny bit high. What you going to fix? What you going to, good. All right, what else?
At this point,
If you get into white arc, you can put more flaps in.
I was going to say flaps isn't my only other option.
Right, so you can pull more power out. You're not, you don't have to, you can go to idle if you need it. You can always put it back in.
Wasn't sure if we were full.
Hey, looking pretty good. Tiny bit high, but it's working. Nobody coming the other way. Power all the way out. Let it keep coming down. Too much.
Yep.
Be ready. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. All right.
That's my first balloon of the day.
Yeah, and you may have had some wind shear. I mean, that happens. Carb heat. And sometimes just a little juice of power right there would also help. It's a constant, do I need more, do I need less mentality.
I tell you, the one thing that I'm starting to realize, and I think it's a good thing, is that I feel the plane.
Good. That is a good thing.
I feel like the wings are attached to my shoulders, like it's like part of me. It's kind of weird. I've not felt that before.
Should be a point, and you should be pretty close to it, where you aren't consciously thinking about much. It's just beginning to happen. It's like you drive a car.
Well, maybe it's starting to happen.
But it only happens if you know what it should be like.
Person County traffic, 172 Papa Alpha is turning left crosswind for runway 6, Person County. Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning downwind for runway 6, Person County. I was committed to not see 1700 when I make this turn.
Remember, work your feet with your hands up here. Only on the landing do they go against each other. The guy that I send my students to is an old tailwheel guy. And he likes to feel people working the rudders. One of his pet peeves is that a lot of these cookie cutter flight schools don't really teach you much about your feet. And the interesting thing is, when you move up to big airplanes, twins in particular, and turbines and jets, your feet don't really do much of anything in the air. Whereas in a small plane, I use my feet a lot.
All right, we are a beam.
November 467 Alpha, you on frequency?
We are 467 Alpha.
You guys doing the ILS first?
Don't take too much out.
467 Alpha.
I will come in behind you, 413 Bravo Lima.
And Person County, Cessna 2 Papa Alpha is turning base leg, runway 6, touch and go, Person. Now, pitch control is part of your speed, it's part of your altitude loss. If you're too flat, you lose speed, but you don't come down. You're too steep, you come down, but you usually gain speed. So it's all in what you need. Right now you're looking pretty good on pitch. Another notch of flaps. Good.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning final for runway 6, Person County.
Good. Not too steep. Think about pitch control. It's still probably your weak link is pitch control.
Pitch control, yeah.
It's seeing what you want. Right now you're looking really good. Good angle. Speed's good, a little above 70. Again, we're not trying to land right on the end of the runway, so if we're down to runway 500, 1,000 feet, I'm good. Don't see anybody on the other end. All right, full flaps. Go for the center line, but point the nose down the center line. Use your wings to move side to side. Right foot. Good. 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 That was 100% you. I didn't touch a thing. And you did it right.
I did.
Okay, let's do another one like that.
Okay.
And Person 2 Papa Alpha taking off on 6 and stand in the pattern, Person.
Orange County traffic down in 413 Bravo Lima at 9 mile final, runway 6 on the ILS, Person.
Person County Traffic 172 Papa Alpha will be turning down crosswind for runway 6, Person County. Person County Traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning downwind for runway 6, Person County.
Person County Traffic, Archer 467 Alpha, 5 mile final, ILS 6, Person County.
Okay, so we might end up having to extend a little bit for this guy. We'll just have to see how it plays.
Okay. I don't see him. Do you see him? He's on
Not yet, but at 5 miles I wouldn't expect to.
Okay.
Now, if he is on the approach and we pick him up, then when we are beside him, going the opposite direction, we're in a pretty good distance to make our turn to base leg.
Okay. So you just want me to keep it at 23 pretty much?
Yeah, just keep it at 23 till we pick him up.
Okay.
Or till we're sure we're past him.
Okay. I see him. Right there, shining.
Okay.
Did you see him? He's
Person
like,
County Traffic, Archer 467 Alpha, short final, ILS 6, Person County.
His idea of short final and mine are different.
Person County, Diamond 413 Bravo Lima, 5 mile final, ILS 6, Person.
how many are there?
Two. Person County 2, Papa Alpha is going to extend the downwind for 6 a little bit to pick up the ILS traffic.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Papa Alpha. We got you in sight, short final, ILS 6, Person County.
They may have both been on the ILS, I don't know. Neither of them ever said they were not.
I definitely heard two.
Here's the second one right there.
Okay, how far out is he?
About 2 miles in front of you.
So do you want me to turn him now?
No, I want you to go past him.
Okay.
If we turn in front of him, it might be okay, especially if he's doing a low approach. But
It's safer to just do.
it's safer
Yep.
just to extend.
I agree.
On the other hand, you can't create too big a hole, or you'll just be headed over to Burlington. Should be almost beside us.
Person County, Archer 467 Alpha, going miss, ILS runway 6, Person County.
All right, I think you can turn now.
Okay. Person County Traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning base for runway 6.
And Papa Alpha's about 3 miles out, turning base on 6 person.
Person County 413 Bravo Lima, 2 mile final, runway 6 on the ILS, and thank you, Papa Alpha.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this is what you would
Come on around to 150 on the heading.
Okay.
And Person County, Archer 467 Alpha is going to depart to the north, 2,200, climb in 3,000. Person County.
Yeah, this is definitely a Raleigh approach. Like the nozzle lights are on.
Tyler City Archer 578 Kilo, turning left crosswind and departing the field to the west.
Click those things to get those to come on?
Yeah, they did it. They like them all for practice. Person County 2 Papa Alpha is about a 3-mile final for 6 person. All right, so think about what you're seeing, what you got to do to get ready.
Carb heat. 1600.
But pitch your nose up, because you take the power out without pitching the nose up,
right.
all we're going to do is hit the trees.
You're right. And flaps. Below 110.
First County Traffic 413 Bravo Lima, clear runway 6.
But you always got to make the picture look right.
Okay, it's more flaps.
Now you're looking pretty good, down to about 80. Flaps are ballooning you a little bit, so you can pitch over just a tiny bit. And Person County 2 Papa Alpha, 1.5 mile final for 6 person. Looking good. Now if you see it rising, that's up to you to fix. Come in fast and low. It's going to be really tough to make a good landing and impress these other guys watching you. Yeah, you're looking good. Okay, full flaps. Pitch steady. Good. Bring it on down a little bit. Good. Not much. You're doing great. Bring it on down. Don't let it pitch up on you. Get too slow. Power out. Work your flare slowly, but work it. Now, you were doing okay. You just pitched up too much. I'm not sure where you're looking. Probably too close. And if it's beginning to block out where you're looking, go to the corner.
Okay.
Because if it blocks it out, you're now blind man feeling for a sharp knife. That doesn't work too good. But you were in the game right down to that last little bit. And then you just over-rotated a tiny bit.
Yeah,
That's all right.
I think I know why.
Okay.
I think it was not that I stopped looking. And the reason I stopped looking, I was so thrown by the turn from the crosswind that I lost my focus.
Okay.
That's what it was.
All right.
I mean, obviously I need to be prepared for whatever. And just, hey, if that happens,
yeah,
you just use rudder.
What does it look like? That's, got to make it look right.
SoCal traffic, Skyhawk 276 here, Alpha. We're 10 miles to the northwest inbound. We'll be entering a left downwind for runway 6 for some touching.
Person County Traffic 413 Bravo Lima, taking off runway 6. Person County Traffic.
Person County Traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning crosswind for runway 6, Person County. Person County Traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning downwind for runway 6, Person County.
A little bit wide, but not terribly bad.
The turn.
Yeah, you're from the airport. You would like to be in a little bit closer.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It should be halfway up the strut.
Pearson County Traffic 413 Bravo Lima, turning crosswind runway 6.
Pull back on
traffic.
it. You're coming down, but you don't want to come down just yet. You want to level out.
Traffic, Scott.
Bleed off a little speed, put some flaps in.
Entering the 45, left downwind for 6, Brookville.
Then you want to come down at about 500 feet a minute. At about 80, 85 knots.
413 Bravo Lima, turning downwind runway 6. Pearson County traffic.
And person 2 Papa Alpha, turning base 6 person. All right, go ahead. If you're not careful, you can end up getting out low. You know, it's the reason I don't try to pick where I turn over every time, is because you get in the habit of doing that, but one day you're a little low, too much wind, whatever. Next thing you know, you're down in the trees. Or you're so high you can't get down. You're looking over at the airport, see the trees touching the runway, that's usually an indicator you're getting too low.
Okay.
And the only way out of that is to use power. Because if you got the power back at 15 instead of 17, you're sinking faster than normal for the amount of speed you got. You know, the sink rate's a time distance problem, as is airspeed. So if we're 70 instead of 80, it changes how fast we can come down and still make everything work. See your 4 red lights? Feel like you're looking over at the runway?
Yeah.
So let's add some more power. Bring it on in. Power, power. Nose down, power. Yeah, I don't want to climb back into it. I just want to stay level and fly back into it.
Okay.
Because when you climb back into it without going wide open or something, if you're not careful, you lose your airspeed. And part of your lift comes from having airspeed. Now you're back looking pretty good.
Bravo Lima is departing to the west. We're going to be setting up for one more approach to runway 6, Pearson County.
Looking pretty good.
And traffic, Scout 276 Alpha, entering left downwind runway 6 for some pattern work. Okay.
All right, need some more drag. Remember, you're going to stay looking where you start out looking, but if you have to pull the nose up, you got to go sideways with your eyes so you still see the runway. Left wing, right foot. Good.
RP?
Yep. And flaps. Remember, you want to drop that wing to control where you are side to side. But wherever you're looking was working.
Yeah, it's a total crosswind.
But it's not all that strong.
No, but it's definitely
It still
noticeable.
makes you work a bit.
I notice it.
Yes, it definitely makes you work a bit. If you're doing this correctly, you'll land on the left wheel, left main.
Yes.
Then the right main, then the nose. So they won't beat both mains at one time.
Yeah, because then it would be sideways.
Yes, exactly. You'd be wings flat, but you'd be turned the nose to correct for your tracking. And that isn't good. Get a lot of practice, you can do single engine, single wheel touch and goes.
Not yet. Not yet. Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning a crosswind for runway 6, Person County.
Helicopter 863 Northern Charlie, traffic 3.5 miles to the north-northwest, 1,200 feet, inbound for full south landing, way 16.
All right, make your turn.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning downwind for runway 6, Person County. Guess I need to talk first and then turn? Or
No, ideally, what I try to do is I try to make the announcement before I ever start the turn.
Okay.
And that gives somebody else an opportunity to say, wait a minute, that's where I am. Where do you mean that's where you are?
Got it.
So, but, you know, I'd rather you fly the plane and then talk if it comes down to one or the other.
Okay.
You know, talking is the least important thing you do, even though it's courteous and nice to be able to let other people know you're out here and what you're doing.
Right.
Especially when there are 2 and 3 and 4 other airplanes.
Yeah. I brought them out.
Yeah, they followed. They heard you were coming.
Let's go party with Tom. And I'm climbing. 22, 23. Gee. I know pitch is my biggest issue.
You're getting better at it, though.
All right.
As long as you're doing it on purpose, I don't overly care. It's where I kind of have the sense that the plane's just doing whatever it wants to do.
276 jump, left crosswind 6, okay.
If you're very deliberate, we can correct things.
Bridgewater traffic, King Air, November 32 Papa overhead Bridgewater, 10,000 feet, orbiting 10,000 Bridgewater.
All right.
Traffic Scout 276 jump, left downwind 6, program.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning base for runway 6, Person County.
Don't let it bloom. Good. Right, angle looks great.
Follow Papa, exiting the pattern to the northwest, climbing to 3,000, blue range.
Remember your feet, don't quit on the feet. If you see it rising, you got to change your pitch a little bit, maybe power both, whatever it takes. But you can't let it go. You can't let the runway be coming up at you. You got to stay fairly steady and come towards you. A tiny bit of left wing. Work your flare. Left wing, right foot. Work your flare. Work your flare. Work. Good. What you don't want that last little bit of really accelerated closure. You want it just to come down just nice and gentle. It never really totally stops if your speed control's good, but it also doesn't all of a sudden come jumping at you.
Okay.
And if you see that, then that's initially is probably a pitch control, not necessarily huge, but something, and or pitch and power, just depending on what you got to trade.
I've lost track of time.
We got about one or two more.
Just one more, maybe.
All right.
Person County traffic 172 Papa Alpha is turning crosswind for runway 6, Person County.
Person County, Archer 467 Alpha, 6 mile final to a RNAV 24, into a circle land to runway 6, Person County.
Okay, you fly your game. He won't be a factor, but make your turn. Don't keep getting out wide. Person County to Papa Alpha, turning downwind 6. Yeah, you're pretty good this time. Keep thinking about what you're seeing, make your corrections.
Traffic Scout 276 Alpha, left crosswind 6 program.
If you get in too tight, you're going to have trouble just like being too wide.
Lakes traffic, Bonanza 858 Delta. We're 10 miles to the north-northeast at 4,300 descending. We're going to do the practice GPS for runway 9. Twin Lakes.
Blue Ridge traffic clears 5 Charlie Delta, departing the pattern to the southwest, Blue Ridge.
Now traffic, Sierra Alpha, left downwind 6 program. Monroe Executive, FDO, King Air 70 Victor Romeo. Unicom 70 Victor Romeo, good afternoon. We are probably about 15 minutes out or so. We do have rental cars supposed to be there for our passengers and one for the crew as well.
First County traffic down 413 Bravo Lima, 7 mile final, runway 6 on the RNAV. We'll keep an eye out for the pattern traffic and the traffic on the opposite approach person.
And person 2 Papa Alpha is turning about a mile and a half out, base leg for 6, and will be full stop person.
First County Archer 467 Alpha. Short final, runway 24, circle land, runway 6, First County.
And person 2 Papa Alpha is turned about a mile final for runway 6 person, full stop. Think about pitch. Good. Still think about it. There you go. Don't want to pitch way up.
Traffic Scout 276 Alpha, turning left base, runway 6 First.
Okay, aiming for the 1,000-foot pointers.
Monroe Unicom 70 Victor Romeo.
If they're going down, we need to fix something. If they're going up, we need to fix something. They should be just staying still.
They're kind of in the middle.
Yep, they should be like they're doing right now.
Yep.
Very nice. Looking great.
Traffic
Hey, think through everything really quickly and then show me what you got.
Okay.
I think that nose swinging around got your attention. Up until then, you were really good. Remember, your feet got to point it, okay? You knew that the plane needed to go in that direction,
413, Bravo Lima, 3 miles
but
final,
it needs to go in that direction by kicking a wing down.
Just didn't push it. I was using feet and not aileron. That was a problem.
All right. But you're making progress. Making a fair amount of progress. Your pitch control is looking a lot better than it was. You're hitting this pretty close to the center line every time. We just got to get the nose pointed down in the wing. And the trouble is that that's all, you know, the whole thing is counterintuitive. And it's now three-dimensional, 4 if you count power management.
What's he doing?
Doing training to, I don't see him at the moment, but
He's coming in for landing.
well, he should be going around. What he should be doing is down to about 400 feet and then go downwind.
Okay.
Up now, I see him.
First County, Archer 467 Alpha, entering downwind at 1,000 for runway 6, First County.
That's why I like this thing.
Yeah.
All right, why don't we put it up here in front of the building?
Okay. How come?
Because I'm going to put it in the hangar when we're after you're done.
Okay. So just swing it around?
For the first yellow T up here is fine.
Okay. Was this in a hangar last night?
Yep.
That's why we had no snow.
Yeah.
I was thinking you were up here early Chapin Way.
Used to.
413, Bravo Lima, going Vist.
Before I had a hangar, that was exactly what I was doing. Over the years, I've lost a fair amount of business between frost and snow. That's good.
First County, Archer 46.